Well, let's return now to our top story. American plans to bolster the country's missile defense system to counter any threat from North Korea. Dr. David Krieger is the co-founder of the Nuclear Age Peace Foundation. That's an independent think tank in Santa Barbara, California. Dr. Krieger, thank you for your time. Now, most people would have thought that the world's most powerful military would already have sufficient defense to protect itself from missile strikes. So why this statement?
That's a good question. First of all, though, I don't think that the United States has missile defenses that are adequate to defend the United States or any other place in the world. One thing we've learned from missile defense tests over the last 2 decades is that they rarely prove successful, and when they do, they're often aided by technological means. So I'm a big skeptic of missile defenses. I don't think they're really a means of defense. And if we want to have serious defense, the best way to have that is to show some leadership in working to eliminate nuclear weapons in the world.
But the fact is they do exist, and from what you've said, it seems as if the US does need to bolster its defense system, especially when you have a government like Kim Jong-un's in North Korea, which at its best the West would regard as unpredictable.
Yes, I think the government in North Korea is unpredictable. I think that's quite true, but I don't think missile defenses, bolstering missile defenses is very likely to be an answer to the problem there. I think the problem is going to be solved by negotiation, by ending the hostilities.
Right. Dr. Krieger, just try talking to us again if you could, because we just lost the sound on your voice there.
Yes.
Okay, you're back. Okay, so let me ask you this. Politically, what do you make of this? It seems to be something that will come from the more hawkish element of the Republican Party and not the Democrats. Why is this happening right now?
Well, of course, there's a lot of attention to North Korea. They did their nuclear test. They've done a missile test. And there's been a lot of bluster from North Korea. So that's a possible reason why this is happening now. One of the things that's come out in the information about what's the missile installation or missile interceptors being put on the West Coast is that they're going to halt completion of a missile defense system in Europe, and that may be part of the reason for switching missile defenses here. My feeling basically is that missile defense systems are a great means of transferring taxpayer money to defense corporations, so-called defense corporations. I really don't think that they have any chance of ever being successful. And if we want to halt the problems that we have with North Korea, with other countries as well, we better get serious about trying to fulfill the obligations of the United States, the UK, and the other nuclear weapon states parties to the Non-Proliferation Treaty, and start engaging in good faith negotiations for a nuclear weapons-free world.
You mentioned the European Missile Defense Program and the fact that the US is pulling out of the final phase of that plan. Do you regard that as more a financial decision or a strategic one?
I regard it, I think, as a strategic decision. I think Russia has been concerned and has made many protests about the installation of missile defense systems in Europe that Russia seems to believe are directed toward them. I don't think they are, but I understand why they might think so themselves. And so I think it's strategic. I think the United States wants to open the way to further nuclear arms reductions with the Russians, and this is one way to do it.
Dr. David Krieger from the Nuclear Age Peace Foundation, we appreciate your time. Thank you very much.
Thank you.